Mortal Kombat is back, only this time the regular MK combatants will be facing off against Batman and Superman. How is that all going to work? Jeremy?
It's a great question, Jess. Thank you. Ed, that was definitely something that blew everyone away when they first announced that there was going to be Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. How did you guys come up with the idea, and why DC Universe?
Well, we have been actually talking about merging Mortal Kombat with another franchise for years, all the way back since like Mortal Kombat 4. And, you know, we're all fighting game fans, so we always thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Mortal Kombat, you know, hooked up with Street Fighter or Tekken or something like that. And our marketing department approached us and said, hey, what do you think about doing something with the DC characters, you know, Superman, Batman, and Flash? And so we were like, the more we thought about it, we thought, you know what, we really wanted to introduce something new to Mortal Kombat, and this was just the thing, so we ran with it.
Well, speaking of the characters, I mean, who do you have in here? Who can we expect to see, other than the classics like Sub-Zero and Scorpion? Who else is in the game?
Sub-Zero, Scorpion obviously are in the game. Superman and Batman, Flash, Sonya, Catwoman, and Shang Tsung, which we are going to be having playable at Comic-Con. And, you know, as the next few months come by, we're going to be introducing and announcing new characters, you know, all the way up to our launch in November.
So let's talk more about Catwoman. Actually, I just wanted to ask you, so are there fatalities for the DC characters as well as we've had for the MK characters for so long?
Well, the DC heroes don't kill, so we're not giving them fatalities, we're giving them brutalities. But all the DC villains that we're going to have in the game and all the Mortal Kombat characters are going to have fatalities. But every character is going to have a finishing move, as we'll probably see a demonstration, where a really brutal event that happens at the end of the fight, just like all the previous Mortal Kombat games.
Okay, well here is a Catwoman question. Technically, is she considered good or bad? So does she get a fatality or does she get a brutality?
Our plan right now is she gets a fatality.
Woo! Love it. All right, awesome. Jeremy, take it away. I'm happy.
Sure. Well, how many characters are you looking at in the end? How many are you really aiming at to have total from both sides?
We're aiming to have 10 from each side, so a total of 20 characters, plus a big boss character as well. And, you know, we may have a secret hidden there, here and there too.
Nice. Well, what about the gameplay? The last few games have really reinvented how the game is played compared to the earlier titles. What have you done this time to actually balance the incredible powers of the DC guys versus the still super powered but not as powerful Mortal Kombat characters?
Yeah, actually, we're doing what we've done a couple of times in Mortal Kombat. You know, this is Mortal Kombat 8, and so we really always want to introduce something as dramatically new as possible as we can. So we're doing a whole reboot to the fighting engine. And the fighting engine is a little bit more kind of 2D-ish orientated. We still have full 3D movement, but we're focusing mainly on special moves, 2D motions, and the combination of the two. So players can actually get much more custom combos that they create by themselves. And but with the Mortal Kombat characters, Flash, Superman, Batman, you know, the moves basically write themselves. I think if you came up with, you know, the 5 moves for Flash, they'd probably be the same ones that I did. Same with Superman. So it's been a great experience.
What about in terms of the control scheme and how it works? You know, there's a lot of classics associated with Mortal Kombat. The defense button, the high and low kicks. What's the setup this time?
Well, the actual hand-to-hand fighting, you know, is really different for each character. You know, Flash doesn't have really kick moves. He's all punches, and because he's like a super fast, like his character. Scorpion is, you know, punches and kicks. Superman is mainly punches, but he has a kick attack. So we've really mixed them up with all of the characters. But again, the focus is really on their special moves, what they can do. We're not doing the kind of multiple fighting styles that we did in the past, but we're really kind of getting down to the basics of, you know, emphasizing these great abilities that these characters have.
Can I have one more fangirl moment? And
Go ahead.
Can you guys that are demoing see? I don't know if it's going to be hard, but can you pull up Catwoman really quick?
I think they should be able to I don't know if you can pause the game and get out of the into the player select screen again.
Is she not in that build?
Oh, right. You know what? That's right. I didn't think about
Get off the stage!
I didn't think about that. Actually, at the Comic-Con event, we're going to have Catwoman and Shang Tsung playable at the game. I didn't even think about that.
All right, well, there goes my heart. Anyway.
In terms of the head-to-head, are you looking at online plays? Are going to be downloadable content? What sort of support are you going to do for the community once the game's out there?
We're definitely doing online play. You know, Mortal Kombat has had online play since Deception now, so this is our third Mortal Kombat with online play, and so we've really kind of emphasizing the whole community feeling of the game where we're going to have, you know, a place where you can hang out, lobbies, people can chat with each other, challenge each other, and then the game's also going to be announcing winners. You know, when two people go off to fight, the game's going to announce to everybody, you know, this guy beat this person,
Nice.
or, you know, for the people who like to cheat, this person disconnected. So we're really going to try to discourage the kind of weaselly play that some people have had.
Are characters that have classic weaknesses going to run into opportunities where they have to face those weaknesses? Like, Superman's a good example. His big weakness is kryptonite. Are you going to run into situations where you can actually use it against him?
Well, we don't have characters with kryptonite moves, but Superman, one of his weaknesses is also magic, and that really kind of lets us explain why would anybody choose a character other than Superman, because he's like almost infinitely powerful. So
Right.
that kind of, the magic element from the Mortal Kombat universe kind of brings Superman to a more even keel with the other characters, and it also enhances characters like, you know, Batman, Catwoman, the ones that are more like human characters.
What about in terms of environments and cities? What are some popular areas that we can expect to see once you start playing?
Well, you know, Superman and Batman have you know, environments that are very, you know, symbolic with them. You
Right.
know, Batman has Gotham City, you know, the Batcave, and Superman has Metropolis, and so, you know, all of the kind of classic ones we're really going to try to represent in the game, as well as the big Mortal Kombat backgrounds that have been made. You
Right.
know, have been shown over the last, you know, 15 years as well.
Do you think we have time to see a brutality or a fatality here, you think?
You know, we might be able to see a Superman brutality here, and show you an idea that, you know, these brutality moves are just as kind of brutal as the fatality moves of the past.
Oh,
Nice.
not too shabby.
Yeah.
Little heat vision special. Are characters going to have more than one brutality or fatality? Are you going to mix them up?
Yeah, we're trying to give them as many, you know, brutality moves as we can, as well as many of the. It's really going to be a matter of time how much we can fit in there. The focus really is on the gameplay. You know, our new fighting mechanic with where you can grab your opponent, getting them in close, fighting while you're falling, and it's the star of the show of this game is super moves, because, you know, it's just the natural fit with all of these characters everybody knows.
Are there any special costumes or classic costumes for some of the people? Like Batman, you know, he's had about 4 or 5 significant costume changes over the last few decades.
Right.
Are you going to throw things in like that, or are we staying with one main character theme?
We're pretty much staying with one main character theme, although we are going to have alternate versions of it, just because if you pick Batman and I pick
Right.
Batman, we want to be able to see which character we're playing at. So we have some ideas that we're going back and forth with DC in terms of modifying their costumes to have kind of, you know, some of the looks that people are used to.
Adam West, Fat Batman?
Probably not. Probably
good
not.
one.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I like Adam West.
I want to see
What
that.
about downloadable content as far as like the costumes? Is that a possibility?
That's definitely a possibility. We're definitely looking into the possibility of doing downloadable content, downloadable characters, backgrounds, all of the kind of big key elements in the game.
Standard stuff.
Yeah.
When can we expect to see it?
It's coming out in November of this year for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360.
Are there any plans to bring it to any other systems, Wii or PC even?
You know what? We've made Mortal Kombat games that we didn't have plans to, and then we changed our mind. You know, Armageddon came out, it
Right.
did really well, so we brought it out for the Wii, and it did well there. So I certainly would never say never.
Would the PS3 or 360 versions have any exclusive content for those platforms?
No, our goal is to make those versions as identical as we can. You know, if we have a character, we're going to put them in both games. You know, we really don't want to omit anything from a version.
Awesome. Would you want to ask one more quick question before we take off?
Yeah, I mean, what's your favorite character when people get the game? Which one should they choose? Who's going to own?
Right now, Flash owns in terms of the DC side, and you know, Scorpion has been my favorite Mortal Kombat character since the first one, so I'll always say him from the Mortal Kombat side.
Perfect. So now you know you get.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay! Thanks, guys. This is definitely a pleasant surprise. I am definitely looking forward to playing Catwoman. There's still much more to come on Livewire, and we will be back in just a bit.